Today, we're going to break down a book that honestly just changes how you look at relationships forever. It's called Attached, and it argues that finding and keeping love isn't some big mystery. It's a science, and it's one we can all understand.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that gets to the heart of everything. We're always told, right? Be independent, be self-sufficient. Relying on your partner too much? Oh, that's needy. It's a weakness. But what if that idea is completely and totally wrong?
This right here is probably the most mind-bending idea in the whole book. It's called the dependency paradox. It says that having a partner you can truly, securely depend on doesn't make you weaker. It actually makes you stronger. It gives you this secure base to launch from so you can go out and take more risks. So real independence isn't about needing no one. It's about having the right person to fall back on.
So how does that even work? Well, that brings us right to our first huge takeaway. You've got to understand the biology that's secretly running the show in your love life.
Deep inside your brain, you have something called an attachment system. Now, this isn't just a preference or a fuzzy feeling. It's a hardcore survival mechanism built by thousands of years of evolution. Its only job is to make sure you stay close to your main person, your partner. You can think of it like a smoke detector for your relationship. The second it senses a threat, like your partner seems distant, it just starts blaring the alarm.
And this is where so much of the pain in relationships comes from, right? Society tells us to be this island of self-reliance, but our brains are literally biologically hardwired to seek out connection and to panic when we feel like we're losing it. It's not a character flaw, it's just our programming.
Okay, so if we all have this system, why do we all act so incredibly different in our relationships? That leads us straight to our second takeaway, which builds on the first one: the 3 distinct attachment styles.
Attachment theory takes all the crazy complexities of how we behave in love and simplifies it all down to 3 main patterns. And let me tell you, knowing which one you are and which one your partner is an absolute game changer.
So first up, we have the anxious style. If this is you, your attachment system is basically on high alert. You're super sensitive to any little sign of distance, and you need a lot of reassurance to feel safe and calm in your relationship.
Next, there's the avoidant style. For you, getting too close can feel, well, suffocating. You really value your freedom. So when a partner wants more intimacy, you feel this powerful urge to pull back and create some space just so you can feel like yourself again.
And finally, we have the secure style. If you're secure, you've pretty much hit the relationship jackpot. You're comfortable with closeness, you find it easy to communicate what you need, and you don't get thrown off by the normal ups and downs of a relationship. You're basically a great partner to have.
Now, this is where it all starts to make so much sense. Your style really comes down to where you land on just 2 scales. How anxious are you about the relationship, and how much do you avoid intimacy? Secure people, low on both. Anxious people are high on anxiety but low on avoidance. They want to be close. And avoidant people are just the opposite.
And this explains that classic painful dynamic, the anxious-avoidant trap. The more the anxious person pushes for closeness to calm down, the more the avoidant person feels trapped and pulls away. And of course, that pulling away makes the anxious person even more desperate, which just creates this toxic cycle where they both end up proving the other person's worst fears right.
So here's the most important part. This isn't just some interesting psychology to know. It leads us to our final takeaway. This knowledge is a real, practical roadmap to a much better love life.
See, Attached isn't here to just diagnose your problems and then walk away. It's here to give you solutions. The second you understand this framework, you get a whole new toolkit for understanding yourself, for spotting the right partners, and for finally finding someone who can actually make you happy.
Let's look at a really clear example. An anxious person's go-to move when a partner is distant, what the book calls protest behavior, might be to call them a million times. It doesn't work. Secure communication, on the other hand, is just about saying what you feel clearly. Something like, hey, I really miss you and I'm having a hard time. It's a huge shift from reacting emotionally to communicating effectively.
And all of this practical advice, it's all pointing toward one big goal: learning how to act more secure, no matter what your natural style is.
Secure people aren't perfect. They just handle conflict way better. And they tend to follow a few simple principles. They make it clear they're available. They cheer on their partner's goals. They're just honest. They attack the problem, not the person. And this one's huge. They see their partner's happiness as part of their responsibility, and they expect the same in return. And this right here might be the most hopeful message in the entire book.
Your attachment style is not a life sentence. Yes, it's a deep part of you, but with some awareness, and especially with the right partner, you can change. You can learn the skills to develop what's called earned security.
So, Attached basically hands you the source code for your own relationship software. It takes away all the confusion and the blame and the mystery, and it just replaces it with clarity. So the only question left is, now that you know the code, what are you going to build with it?